So I started a little bit early tonight. It's all good. We'll let some people come up in here. Man, things have been a little bit different with this new testing schedule, this new testing thing, and the way the pad's set up now. It's it's way different. I kind of like a lot of the stuff that's set up the way it is now. It's kind of makes more sense to me. Still in front of the building's not too great. I really don't like how the front of the building is, but hey, we're learning to just roll with the change. Nick, hey, what's going on? What's up, Nick? How's life treating you? Let's go, Nick. But it is what it is. I've I've been having a lot of people not pass on the first time here lately, and it's kind of been concerning to me because I just one thing about this new training pad is if you mess up a pull up or you go into this new skills test kind of nervous, it's going to be even harder. So make sure whatever you need to do to not be nervous, like you need to do that in the morning. If it's meditate, meditate. If it's workout, workout. You know you the best. Like I could tell you all day, hey, try this out, try this out, try this out to calm your nerves down, keep you from getting nervous, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you know you yourself the best. So, you're gonna know what calms you down. With trucking, it's about being a professional driver. What's a professional? Somebody that keeps himself calm. He deals with the issue, he deals with the problem, and he just rolls with the punches. It might have messed up part of his day. He might have had to do something different, but he doesn't let it determine his whole day. He just keeps on going. And with this new backing, the straight line back, I'm getting people that are taking points on the straight line back, and all I can chalk that up to is nerves because like you have to straight line back. And they're out there doing it good with me out there on the pad. And then test day comes and they're taking points. I don't understand it. I mean, like like my guy today, really good, really good. Like I'm letting him back out into the spots and stuff. Like he's out there backing, he's out there doing it. He was doing great on everything. And then today, kind of the nerves got him, and I felt bad. I was like, usually I'm like, man, you failed, whatever. It's all good later. But I told him, I was like, man, I feel bad that you failed because you're such a nice guy. Like I feel bad, and he's super cool guy. Backwoods in a little bit. So I gotta go hang out with Backwoods a little bit and watch little bit back out there. And she was doing really good. I don't think she knew how good she was doing. It's like I told her too. I was like, hey, you back better than most of the men out here. So, I had to go out there and tell her, hey, good job. I didn't have to, but I was over there hanging out with Backwoods. I just went over there chit chat for a while. Great, great, great couple. Funny. Like they're awesome. Nick says it's going well. Glad to see you doing lives again. I'm trying to get back into it. So let's go. Let's do this thing. Hans says I'm setting in 100-degree weather in Laredo, Texas. Hans, you got out of the snow though. Like, hey, it's always a blessing to get away from that winter weather. I'll take 100 degrees over like freezing cold any day. I can't wait till we get out of this winter mess. I'm sick of it. I don't even know what that is. A crying cloud? I don't know what that is, but what's up, Rizzle? Sunshine says a truck is when you can take a produce load to Bronx Terminal Market. Let's go. Hey, you know it. Paper Chase, what's going on, Paper Chase? How have you been? What are you up to now? Are you still using that CDL? You still out there doing the local work? What's going on, Paper Chase? Phil, what's up? What's going on, Phil? Everything's going great. Uh, Done that super trucker. No hippie trucking and transportation. I failed on the road test. I've never had anyone on the road ask me, how many times it took to pass. Exactly. Exactly. So definitely, like, no job is ever gonna ask you that. They're not gonna ask you, "Hey, how many times did it take you to get your CDL? How many times did you take the test?" They don't care about that. What they care about is you have a CDL and can you pass their little test that they want to give you? Like, can you'll go out with one of their drivers and he'll see how you drive, he'll see how you back. Can you pass that? Are you going to be good for the company? Are you going to be bad for the company? Can you back? Stuff like that. So, and no hippie's exactly right. Some of the best drivers out there didn't get their CDL on the first test. Some of them didn't get it on like the first four tests. But you know what? At the end of the day, they got it. Don't worry about that little trifecta bonus, that little $250 or whatever for getting a trifecta. You're putting too much stress on yourself. And I know that's a lot of money for a lot of people coming out here because they're struggling right now. They're having hard times. But what's more important is getting that minimum of what 60K a year. Get that minimum 60K a year by getting the CDL because that CDL it's going to guarantee you pretty much the minimum of 60K a year. If you put it to good use and you're smart with it and you protect it and you're not getting into tickets, you're making sure everything's safe, guess what? You're going to go far with it. Prime Trainer Tim, hey Twisted home in Wisconsin. Hey, enjoy that home time. Living the dream. NBA never broke again. So that's what we say. Us successful truck drivers. NBA, we're never broke again. Paper chase CDLs, it's getting me paid. I know that's right. Sunshine says, Twisted D, how much do you do East Coast drive across the Bronx to George Washington Bridge? I don't go up there anymore. I'm pretty much a regional driver and I'm in the Midwest regional, so I don't go up that way. On says or still talking about the market. Paper Chase says 3 times to test out himself. So Paper Chase tested out 3 times, but he has a CD and he's making money with it and he's successful and he's happy with it. Kid Clutch says off to Prime Inc. orientation April 22nd. Let's go. Congratulations, kid. Let's get it done. The hardest part is leaving the house, getting on that Greyhound. Ooh, Greyhound. Yep, all the markets suck. Paper Chase says Ralph's in Compton is yeah, definitely. Sunshine says CDL test should be drive in Manhattan, Brooklyn, or Long Island. Yeah, I could agree. It could be a little bit harder of a drive. I do agree. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's to make sure that you can control the vehicle. So you do interstate, you do US highway, you do rural area, you do city driving. You make so many turns, you make so many left turns, so many right turns. Can you safely guide the truck over to pull it over in an emergency situation? I mean, there's a lot of stuff that happens on that drive test that they make sure that you can handle the vehicle. Um, a lot of those places you're talking about, Brooklyn, Long Island, and all that stuff, they do got some really, really tight turns, but most of it's traffic is my main problem over there is traffic. Getting stuck in traffic for a long time. Could you imagine going out on your CDL drive in traffic and it's 20 mile, 30-mile drive, take you like 4 hours to get back? Oh, it'd be a long test. No hippie says I gave the trainers in Salt Lake City $50 gift cards when I passed because they didn't get their trifecta bonuses. Let's go, no hippie. I feel you, man. That was nice of you, man. It really was. That was very nice. Han says Ralston's, yeah, we're done with Ralston Compton. A no go. Long Island ain't too bad. Paper Chase Trucking says Delray, no one would have a CDL. You probably, yeah. But hey, it's a drive. It's about handling the vehicle. It's about is he checking the mirrors? Is he being safe? Is he hitting anything while he's making turns? Can he make lane changes? Can he stop the truck safely? Is he obeying the traffic laws? Does he have two hands on the steering wheel? All it's all the basics. It's the basics is what it is. Can you take a basic test to prove to us that you can drive a truck? That's what they're looking for. And the skills test, the new skills test, because it's half back and half pull up. It's about controlling the truck. So, when I first went out there, I was trying to figure out. I was like, man, why do they really want us to do a forward offset? And the more I do it, it's just controlling the truck, pulling forward. So it's the ability of going up, making a left turn, because it's pretty much that's what it is. Just go straight up, make a left turn, make sure you don't hit nothing on your left, and then make a right turn and make sure you don't hit nothing on the right, and make sure that you can be in tight on a curb. That's all it is. And then when you back it back in, guess what? However you pulled up there is what you're working with when you back up, because it's pretty much one consistent maneuver. Everything, there's no like, hey, let me set the truck back up so you can do this. It's pretty much boom here, boom, boom, through the offset, back in there, bam, you're done with your test. It's not like, hey, let me move you to the other lane. So you're going to back all the way out of this lane like the old days, back all the way out this lane, and then I'm going to guide you back into the middle so I can make sure you're nice and straight so you can do your next maneuver. It's not like that. Your pull-ups are going to affect your backing maneuvers. So you're going to have to control it in different ways every time you back it in there, because you're never going to hit the same spot really twice when you pull up. Some of y'all can get pretty close to it, but you're never going to be exactly the straight. So even when you're starting out, you're going to have to get back to straight, maybe to the left or to the right. You're going to have to get back to straight. And then you're probably going to have to move the back of the trailer over some to get yourself in a good position to even start it. So it's really a skills test. Greenwich, evening running night shift. Got to catch the replay. Let's go, Greenwich. Hey, thank you for stopping in, though. Thank you. Enjoy. Be safe out there, brother, man. Pegleg, what's up, Pegleg? Backwood says, we had to get off the pad. We were getting aggravated at each other. Hey, bro, it happens. Like, hats off to you, man. Training a family member, it is hard. Training a friend was hard for me. So, like, I trained two friends out here, and it was kind of difficult. I'm not gonna lie. You want your significant other or your friend to get it right, and you're like where you would normally be like, "What are you doing, bro? Like, I can't believe you did this again." You'll tell somebody else that, but whenever it's like your friend or your family member, you're all like, "Well, we're gonna try it again. We're gonna try it again." So, that's dude, you doing it though. You're doing it. I was boycotted New York, or it was cool. I gone a few times. Pay isn't more than regular lows, so going there doesn't make sense, right? Doesn't pay more, so yeah, it doesn't make sense. Riz, that's good to know. Han says nowadays most have their legs out the window and watching TV on their phones. Yeah, Hans, that's gonna change whenever they mandate every truck out there has to have cameras in it. Oh, and the flip flops. Don't forget the flip flops. Hey, I don't mind people wearing flip flops while they're driving. It doesn't bug me. Crocs either. They give out Crocs when you pass your CDL test now. Hey, it doesn't bother me. Like, I don't allow it on my truck because you're a student and you need to have proper shoes per prime even. You need to have proper shoes while you're in training. I don't want somebody's sandal to come off. Or I have students all the time, "Can I drive barefooted?" No, you can't drive barefooted. It's like, believe it or not, that happens more than you think. Like, I've been shocked how many times people were all like, "Hey, can I just kick my shoes off and drive barefooted?" I'm like, no. Like, what are you doing?" Uh, t- Rock Ford says, thought on the in cab facing cameras. Agreed. Your opinion. You know, I'm not even. I think that if they put the cameras in there, so be it. Like, I'm not begging them for cameras. Like, I kind of, in a way, I'm like, they're gonna help out. In a way, I'm like, I really don't want them. So you gotta weigh out the odds options here. So if I'm thinking for me personally, when I'm driving, do I really need a camera? How bad am I messing up out there? I don't think nothing too serious that they're gonna be like, hey, you're fired. You know, we're human. We're not going to check our mirrors enough, or, we might push ourselves a little more than the camera thinks, and they might call us up and say, hey, you need to pull over. Okay, cool. Like, hey, I'll give me a little nap and then boom, I'll continue on or whatever. I'll get me some sleep or I'll leave earlier the next day, whatever, make up the miles. But as for me thinking about other people out there and what I see, because I'm riding in the passenger seat with my students now. Like, you got to think about this. I'm riding in the passenger seat with my students, and they're out there driving. So when we're passing trucks and stuff like that, if I see a truck that's driving reckless and stuff like that, then if we pass them or if we get away from them, I always look. I'm all like, "What's he doing wrong?" 9 times out of 10, they're on their phone. Or I seen a guy driving semi the other day on the interstate eating while driving, both hands. He was holding a bowl, eating, looked like some ramen noodle. I don't even know what it was, but he was eating something driving down the road in a semi truck. And I'm all like, man, some people be wilding out here. Why you couldn't like eat before you left? You couldn't wait till your 30 minutes break? How did he even make the food? Did he make it and then let it cool down and eat it while he was driving? Like, what's going on here? That's completely unsafe. That's like, so in a way, I'm kind of like, the cameras are gonna suck, and just like No Hippie said, the cameras are gonna suck. But sometimes I'm all like, I'm out here on these streets. I'm out here with students. I'm out here, I'm out here. My family's on these roads, and from what I've seen, especially here recently, I think ever since COVID, like standards of people have went down, and it's ever since COVID, this like the it just made like a lot of people, I guess, kind of lazy and not and complacent. I mean, before COVID, it wasn't that bad. Like, we were getting better quality of students. I feel like after COVID, just something happened where people don't want to work hard for anything else. I think laying around whenever their jobs were closed down during the shutdown and stuff. I think a lot of people just, let's just say that I feel like a lot of people got lazy. I worked during the whole COVID. Like, I did. And I'm sure a lot of you did that drive trucks. But the guys coming in that weren't driving trucks, I hate to say it, but I'm having to argue with more and more people to like do your pre-trip or be to work on time, stuff like that. You know, I just don't get it. Here's on trucker, what's going on, brother? They're also ugly but comfortable. Oh, you're talking about the Crocs. Where do truck drivers use the restroom to? Do you have one on in the truck? Go inside the truck stop and use the restroom. But the cameras, from my understanding, from the research I've done, they blur out the rest of the cab. It's only not blurred out where the driver is. So, it's not picking you up back there. Plus, if you shouldn't be at all, that's distracted driving anyway. So I'll bring this up. And I don't think anybody would do this, but driving down the road, peeing in a bottle, like, first off, I hear people doing it all the time, so I know it happens, but I've never done it. I don't know how you don't wreck doing it. Like, you you gotta have some real skills, or like, I don't know how you do it, and then you're gonna drip it on your. It's just a mess. It's just a mess. I just don't get it. The cameras. Agree. Han says, I don't mind cameras for accidents, but facing cameras should be illegal. And think about it like this: if you get into accident and you have a camera, it shows the data that, hey, I was being safe. Like, think about it. It'll also say that you weren't being safe. If you had that camera in your truck and you got no violations for a long time, guess what? It's going to help you out because it's going to show that you haven't had no violations. So, it can be good either way. Amazon DSP thinks differently, though. They will fire you in a heartbeat If you're being unsafe, I don't feel bad for you. If you're not being safe, if you're being safe and they fire you, then they have to have some evidence. Walmart got away with inward facing cameras. Why? Couldn't attract the talent they wanted. Yeah. So there's a lot of places. Coca-Cola has them in their trucks. Pepsi has them. There's a lot of places that already have them in the trucks. So it's coming for everyone. Uh, would you report another driver that is driving? No, he's probably supposed to be driving. My dang TNT trainer always on his phone. It's ridiculous, bro. Hopefully you mean he's on his headset talking. That's what I hope you mean. Was no hippie says turnover is going to increase and is going to limit the people that will choose Prime. No hippie, they got it at other big mega carriers. So Prime's like one of the last ones to get it, really. So it's nothing new. Like, and anyways, pretty soon I can already see it. I can already see it. I'm telling you right now that pretty soon it's going to be required for all trucks anyways, all commercial vehicles. I'm telling you, it's coming. It's coming. I talked to somebody that kind of knows the stuff that's going on with trucking that's very smart, way smarter than me, and that can read all those legal documents and stuff, and like it's coming. You know, think about the electronic logs. They said that they would never be mandated for everybody, that there would still be people would still have paper logbooks. No, it's electronic logs. Your call footage. WPG Robin. Hey, Mr. Daniel, how have you been? Oh, I've been great, man. I've been great. Just getting more and more people CDLs. How's it going? Did you get the dump truck? I think you went to do dump truck, you were telling me. I might be wrong. I think you were telling me you were going to do dump truck. Sorry if I got you mixed up with somebody, but I'm pretty sure you were going to do dump trucks. Can you talk about bunkmate? I think Terry from Tim Travels discussed a few days ago. I don't know what you're talking about, bunkmate. Robbie says I'm gonna because a CDL driver when I get my first job. I'm gonna become a CDL driver when I get my first job. Dang, your very first job? How like are you waiting until you turn 21 to get your first job? Oh no. Come on. There we go. Uh oh, it was an April Fool's joke. So I didn't see it. Hans, I'm skipping that one. Sorry. Pegleg says, I mean to say, would you report a driver driving recklessly? Would I report a driver driving reckless? Um, Pegleg, it depends on how reckless. Like if they're just coming out in and out of their lane a little bit, then you know, as we drive by, I always make eye contact with them. Like I'm going to do something. I'll be riding by. I'm like, really, bro? Or I give them the head nod, like, dude, I see you. You know, so they know better. They know better. But like if it's somebody like say they seem like they're driving intoxicated and they're all over the place and they can't keep it in they can't keep it in the middle of three lanes or keep on going across if they're way then I might call somebody because somebody's going to get hurt. Or if the truck's going the opposite way down the interstate and it passes me and I'm like, "Whoa, that was on the same side of the road we were on." I'm probably gonna have to call somebody because that's gonna be dangerous. That's just a accident waiting to happen. We can take Warner for ELDs. WPG says, yeah, I did that for a little bit, but I got into fire and rescue. I've been with my current department for almost a year now. Okay, let's go, bro. That's that's what you did before. I think you were also a firefighter before you came out here. So anyone that agrees with cab cameras is a sheep. It's, it's all good. It's coming anyways. No matter what you do, it's gonna come anyways. Like I think we're pretty much. I think Prime's finding the best one for us. Probably the best deal we can get. Probably the one that has the features that means the most to Prime. Stuff like that. Whenever they're looking at those cameras, and they're doing a lot of research on it, and they're gonna pick the one that they feel is gonna be best for us. That way, if it ever does come, like I'm telling you, sooner or later it's coming. But soon as it does come, guess what? We're gonna be already there. We're gonna already have our cameras, and we're already gonna be like ahead. Like they're not gonna have to wait last minute and be like, "Oh no, we don't have cameras. We gotta get all these trucks in and get cameras done. We have like a year to get it done." Like they're not gonna stress about it. They're gonna be like, "Look, we already got that. We're ahead of the curve. Let's go." So it's all good. I think it's funny how many people were all like, "Man, I'll just quit and go find me a local job." Most of your local jobs have cameras in their trucks, so good luck with that. I know a lot of people that are at different places that have cameras in their trucks and they're not getting fired, and they just deal with it. You know, so it's not that big of a deal. They can't fire everybody for every little infraction. They're not going to fire everybody for every little infraction. Hans, I've seen them, but tr- Roadrunner 715 been stuck at Smithfield for almost 6 hours now, and this plant stinks. Yeah, I know. I know. Trust me, I know. Um, get that detention stamp ready. That's all I can say. You know, get that detention stamp ready. When it comes to driver facing cameras, it will be mandated either by DOT, federal, or insurance. So it will be in trucks. Exactly. It will come out. It will be in trucks sooner or later. I'm telling you. You were a volunteer at the time, but now part-time firefighter, EMR. But I'm almost to transfer to federal firefighting because it pays a little more. Let's go, man. Keep going with it. Keep pushing. Uh, I know Roadrunner Nia is going to quit. That's not good. Robbie says, "What category of trucking do you recommend? Like tanker or fuel or hauling vehicles? What kind of stuff?" I, w- like for me personally, I think that I'm pretty much would stick with what I'm doing because like tanker, I can drive tanker. I drive safe enough to drive tanker. Do I really want to do tanker? Not really. I'm not too big on it. It doesn't sound fun. I definitely don't want fuel. Fuel goes boom if you wreck. Like if you hit hard enough, it goes boom. I just don't like. I wouldn't want to mess with the fuel hauling at all. And then hauling vehicles, bro. Do you think I'm gonna climb up on those between those cars and rearrange them? Number two is I'm scared of heights. I'm scared of heights. I don't like heights. You think I'm gonna climb up there into the top car up there and drive it off of a little bit of ramps that are this wide? Heck no. Like that's no. I'm scared. Like, and I see those cars in the front of those trucks hanging over the hood. And that gives me anxiety just looking at it. I'm all like, somehow that car got up there, and I really doubt they picked it up with a crane and put it up there. I didn't even know I was scared of heights till I had to get on my roof for Christmas one year. One year, my wife was like, "Let's put up Christmas lights." She always wanted Christmas lights. So I was like, "Okay." I said, "It'll be easy. I'll get this knocked out. I'm going to do it." I didn't think it's a big deal. In Texas, I put Christmas lights on my house in Texas. It's easy. So start putting them around the garage. I'm fine on a ladder, fine around the front of the house. Then I had to go on the roof because there's a big steep slope like roof. It's like this steep, like it is steep. And I got up there, and guess what? I started yelling and I was mad and I was telling my wife that I was gonna die putting up her Christmas lights and that it was some BS and it's all her fault that I was gonna die. And I didn't know that all the neighbors were outside listening, but the next day they came over and they were laughing at me. And I found out that I'm really scared of heights. So doing car hauling, ah, it's not for me either. So I'm thinking that I'm probably going to stick with the box truck or not a box truck. I don't like those box trucks. I got a CDL, man. I don't want to drive no box truck. What am I talking about? No, I'm going to stay with like reefer or dry box. Like I don't see myself going anywhere else. Maybe intermodal sometime, but then again, I don't live around no ports to do intermodal unless I move. I mean, so I think some of those intermobile guys got it made kind of because I talked to one the other day and they're guaranteed a amount each week. Try to get him to come do a live with me sometimes. He was like, nah, 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 I don't want to do that. I was like, I was at this plant in St. Joseph, Missouri the other day. They wouldn't let me slide the tandems in their yard. Yeah, that happens a lot. Don't slide your tandems in the yard. Go out on the street. Yep. Been there, done that stuff. Uh, No nuclear waste? No, I'm not hauling no nuclear waste. Nope. Nico says I've been hauling cattle for 4 years. The pay is good. See, and I hear that from a lot of guys that do the cattle hauling. Um, man, I just don't know. Is it correct me as if I'm wrong, but ever so often, and I don't know how long, but ever so often you have to stop to let those cows out to feed or something. Or get off the truck for water or something, or they die, don't they? Like, is that is that whenever you're getting like a 30-minute break, or like how often is it? How many miles is it, or how much time is it, or how far are the see? I got so many questions about cattle hauling because I'm always like, man, the cattle haulers, they're the legends out here, man. They're the super truckers. Cattle haulers, they don't care about nothing. They're out there just flying down the road, man. They curve what? Watch this. They're the guys. Hold my Mountain Dew. I'm gonna make this curve. You know, hold my Mountain Dew. Watch this. I'm gonna jump this railroad track. Let's go. Pass my comment twice. I'm out. All right. See you, bro. Later. One of your comments was to peg leg, and then the other one you say you called people sheep. So yeah, yeah. See you later. Nice that you stopped in. It's all good. I gotta go. I'm glad I'm able to catch a live. See you later, Paper Chase. You be safe out there, man. It's good seeing or hearing from you again. Twisted. You should know that falling doesn't hurt. The sudden stop at the end gets you every every time. Yeah, I know that's right. Uh, Nico says pay is good, benefits most important is ungoverned trucks. Yeah, ungoverned trucks. I'm telling you, y'all be wilding out there. You're flying by. Let's go. I guess you got to get those cows there. Hey, I'm not mad at you though. Like, get there faster. Get my beef there. If I want steaks, I hope that they're in the market. I don't want to go to the market and not have steaks. Hit that like button. Let's go. You know why, Raw. Yeah, he knows why. Don't be sensitive, Rog. Yeah, he knows why I skipped it. Uh, what do you think about Prime losing some contracts? You're always gonna there's always gonna be losing some contracts and gaining contracts. Then contracts end and they gotta be rebid on and all kinds of stuff. So, we might lose some contracts here, but we're gonna pick up more the next day. It's just how it is. It's business. It's trying to get somebody to do it for cheaper, trying to get somebody to do it for cheaper so they have to pay less. And that's trucking for you. You got everyone in everyone's pockets. And a lot of truckers do it to themselves, because guess what? Guess what truckers do? We make good money. So guess what we want to do? We want to be walking around with our big belt buckles or the chains around our neck or all of our fancy clothes and stuff. And we want to be flexing on people because we're all like, man, we're truckers. So then you get people coming in there and they're all like, man, these truckers make a lot of money. I need to get a piece of this. Then guess what happens? Starts up brokers and stuff and just different stuff like that. I mean, it's like everybody wants a piece of it. So the price of everything, it's just craziness. It's craziness. No, it just happens. Earl been doing reefer for about a month now. As I can't say it. Whatever, and loving it. Let's go, man. Hey, congratulations for about a month. Hans says I can see letting the cows out in the middle of the freeway so they can exercise. Right? My truck can do 90 easy. See, I'm telling y'all, those cow haulers, man, they're wilding out. There used to be a rumor that they like cattle haulers usually have a toothpick in their mouth. So I remember there's always been a rumor that they dip their toothpicks in a substance that keeps them awake all day and all night, so they can just run 24/7. Hans, international trucks. Man, internationals are not that bad of trucks, dude. Peg leg says whenever it comes to the lowest bidder is not always. Yeah, you get what you pay for. If you're going with the lowest bidder, if you're going with the person that bids the lowest, you're probably not going to get the best quality out of it. Uh, Line down the roads too. Internationals are garbage. All right, let's get Pegleg to tell us how to hit that like button real fast. You ready, Pegleg?
Hey everybody, hit that like button, borrow my leg to smash that ding dong bell. Oh, and if you ain't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe too.
Our orientation next Monday in Springfield, so I have no idea how many people there will be. How large are the classes? I think that's what you're saying. The classes are probably, I don't know, like 20, 30 people right now, maybe less. So the class sizes they're all right. Pegleg says that dude is weird looking and he talks funny. Wow, let's go Pegleg. One question I keep on getting asked also is Prime doing urine test or hair follicle? And as of right now, we're still doing urine. So I get asked that question probably like 3, 4 times a week. And I'll always have to answer, we're doing urine. We're doing urine. So, as of right now, it's not required. It's not required for any company. No company's told what kind of drug testing they have to do right now. If we're ever told that, hey, federal mandates or federal standards is that you get a hair follicle test for your drug test, then of course it's going to change. But as of right now, it's going to be urine. So it is what it is. The main thing is just stop doing drugs, right? So, and don't ask me all those questions like how much time does this stay in my system? How much time does this stay in my system? Just stop doing it. Just stay off of the stuff for a while. Like stay off of it for like a year and then be like, okay, I'm gonna try to come to Prime now. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Prime goes fast in truck stops and slow down on the road. Yeah, hey, in the truck stops, Hans, what do you think the average speed should be in a truck stop? What speed do you think? I'm just curious. Is there so in the field bay, I know you would go slower than through the parking lot, but what's your average speed in the parking lot? Tell me, Hans. Educate me. Because me, I think about 10 miles per hour, 10 to 15 miles per hour is not too bad. It just depends how close you are to the trucks and stuff. Like if it's a big wide truck stop, then like you're driving through the middle of it to get to the exit. I don't see no problem with going like 15. But if you're real close, if it's real close and you're driving on one side because traffic's coming on the other side, it needs to be slowed down some because somebody could walk between the trucks right out in front of you. So tell me your speed limit, Hans, for a truck stop. Maybe 20 miles per hour. What? If no one were to lease at Prime, they bump up the governor. No, no, I don't think they're gonna bump up the governor because it's saving them fuel. They're saving fuel, so they're saving money there. And then not only that, but they said that since they slowed us down, they had fewer accidents. So I don't see them changing it. I really don't. 65 is still slow, right? Some people can't live without Twisted. That's right. Let's go. Let's go. 10 miles per hour. So Han says capped out trucks 10 miles per hour as soon as you go through the entrance of the truck stop. Don't go any faster, period. 20 miles per hour is see cattle hauler, he's gonna double everything. If the prime truck's going 65, he's going 120, 130. Let's go. Hans, you're losing your resident super trucker title, man. Nico came in here. He's one upping you, bro. You better start flexing on him. Timothy Turbo says he does 85 miles per hour in the truck stops. Let's go. Timothy Turbo. They don't call him Timothy Turbo for nothing. He's flying through those truck stops. You know what kind of irritates me being at the yard and stuff like that is so many people don't want to trip their clocks. So they go through outbound or inbound or whatever. And you're doing like 3 miles per hour through the whole terminal. That right there drives me nuts. Like, how hard is it to use yard movement? Just put it on yard movement. You're in the yard. You don't even have a trailer on you. You know, if you just went to do something personal and you don't have a load, call logs and get them to open up your personal convenience. Then convenience. I can't say it. But anyways, tell them open it up and go for it. Go to town, whatever. Come back, and then park. Then turn it off. That stuff drives me nuts at the yard. I'm telling you. And I'm not even in a hurry to get in there. Farthest I go is the wash bay, so I'll go to the wash bay and come out. But people are driving slow in there. I just go the opposite way. If everyone takes the left road, I'm gonna go to the right road because like I already know it might be longer, but guess what? I'm gonna get over there way before they will. And that's with me doing like 10 to 15 miles per hour in the yard. The fastest I ever done is 80 miles per hour, but on a flat surface like I-80. Okay. See, I just don't like going that fast. I guess I'm so used to doing like 65, 60, maybe 70. I start like I'd probably be kind of nervous about going faster than that. I've done 85 in Texas. There we go. There's the super trucker Hans I know. Texas 130-ish. No, 130 is 85 miles per hour. I-30 is one. Is that I or one? But anyways, Hans, you out of control, man. See, that's my super trucker right there. Hans coming in. Hans says the cattle guys don't even drive faster than me. What? Nico, are you so cattle haulers, do they keep them in like dedicated lanes, or are you guys like going everywhere? Because I figure that you would probably have a certain area you're picking up the cattle and then taking them to the slaughterhouse or whatever, however it works. Texas has some good roads. Yeah, Texas has some good roads you can drive on. I-10. Timothy Turbo says it depends if my ex is chasing me. Timothy Turbo, was that your tanker trailer that was that your trailer I did that short video of? The one that was beat all up by the ex? Let me find out. Let me find out. My short that I made. You go Texas to Kansas City to Kansas to Missouri and back. Oh, nice. So you do a little triangle. Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri. Texas has a lot of construction on the 10. They, they're fixing up a lot of roads. I'm getting tired of the construction around here. I cannot stand the construction in Harrisonville right now, like at the Saps, where the not the 13, the 7 and 49 meet. That's driving me nuts because I used to go over there and get my Dunkin' Donuts, and now it's blocked off, and I'm like, really? How y'all gonna block me from my Dunkin' Donuts? Like, it's okay. I get it on the way back though, but still, they have it blocked for me. Han says, you can keep show me state. Tomorrow I'm supposed to pick up pigs. Yuck. Ugh. Man, do y'all have to wash those trailers out yourself? Because I'm down in not too many wash bays want to mess with those trailers. Some of those trailers, they have a lot of nast in them. Or do the places y'all drop off at, do they just like have a hose or something like for you to clean it out? I'm just curious. 'Cause those things are a mess. And then sometimes I see the trailers that are empty and they're spotless inside. I'm like, what? Pigs are very clean animals. Yeah. Well, most of them have places you can clean them. Okay, so you can clean it right there at the place. That's good to know. It's real good to know. I wouldn't clean. You wouldn't clean it up by yourself? They probably charge you to clean it out, though. They probably have a guy there that will clean it out, but he'll charge you. Pigs, goat, cows, etc. Any big animals, huh? I don't know. I just never thought about. I get students though. I get students that their dream is to get out there and go cattle hauling. They came to Prime just to get their CDL to go out there and do the cattle hauling, and I'm like, man, go for it, dude. Like, get your contract fulfilled and then go for it. Like, I'm not mad at you. You go do what you want to do. I just know it's not for me. I don't feel like walking through all that. It's not for me. I'm kind of like a germaphobe. I don't want to get in that stuff. It'll mess up my shoes. It'll like you can't wear, as Hans calls it, you can't wear your pajamas when you're doing that stuff. You gotta probably wear some good jeans and some boots and all kinds of stuff. Probably some rubber boots that you can just hose off. I don't know. I don't know. I never done it. Nico, you got a YouTube channel by chance? Horses get to get slaughtered too. Horses, I believe it. Only thing is, if bull haulers park next to me, truck stops stinking. Don't. Yeah, Hans is right. Those trucks stink, and you don't want to park next to them. Most of the time I don't even see them in the regular truck stops. Where I see them is at the mall and Paul ones that I try to park in whenever I'm over the road. And they usually park together at least. I know one thing is you don't want to be next to that. You don't want to be next to that thing at all though. I don't walk anywhere close to it. I stay way away from it because sometimes it's leaking out the bottom of it, like some I don't even know, but it'll be leaking some stuff that I'm not gonna step in or get on me. I know that. I should create a channel. It would do numbers. Dude, you might as well because a lot of people want to know about it. I haven't looked it up and seen how many people do cattle hauling videos and stuff like that, but there's a lot of people that are into it, and they ask me stuff on it all the time. I'm like, I don't know. They're all like, do they get cattle prods and stuff like that? And I was like, I don't know. I bet they use something to get them out of the trailer, but I don't know. I have no clue. Like people think just because I'm a certified CDL instructor that I know everything about every type of truck, and I'm like, I don't know that stuff. Just imagine being a guy working at Blue Beacon washouts. Now that every Blue Beacon I've been to, I've never seen one at. There's only been like one or two wash bays I ever been to that I've seen do the cattle hauling trailers, and the ones that I've been at that do them, they have them park outside on this big concrete like spot, and they spray it all out, and it has a drain underneath it that it drains out, and it's outside the building. They don't take it inside the building, so I never seen one that's inside the building. So I don't know. Maybe they do. Hans never seen a bull hauler at the Streaking Beacon. Yeah, see, I haven't either. Well, anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. I got a load tomorrow, so I'm gonna jump on off of here. I'm gonna go do my load tomorrow. I got my retest coming up on Saturday, so y'all take care. If you're out there driving, be safe out there. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. But y'all all have a good night. Oh no.
Twizted.